Beginning in the mid-1800s, a new movement known as Spiritualism brought connecting with the spiritual realm to the forefront of the general public. One of the most popular activities mediums used during this era was automatic writing. In basic terms, automatic writing is the act of allowing a spirit or an entity to have the ability to give a message in written format using the hand of a human. Automatic writing is not exclusive to the spiritualist movement. Christians, Jews, Mormons, and Muslims learn through their religious teachings that the Bible, the Torah, the Book of Mormon, and the Quran were written directly from the word of their Abrahamic God. From Moses and Jesus' disciples to Joseph Smith and Islam's Prophet Muhammad, it is said that the Abrahamic God spoke directly to them. In turn, they wrote down what was said or revealed to them. The way in which these religious holy books were written is just one form of how automatic writing is said to work. In the mental health field, there is a growing number of practitioners who believe that the art of writing does have a positive therapeutic benefit. This includes having their clients use different types of writing techniques such as journaling, poetry, fictional, and automatic writing. Automatic writing may seem innocent to certain groups, but to some it is the exact opposite. As with spirit boards, specifically the Ouija board, automatic writing doesn't come without dire warnings from some sections of our society, especially those with strong religious viewpoints. How a person conducts an automatic writing session is up to them. If you are a religious person, there are suggestions that you start your session with a protection prayer. Others believe you only need to meditate before you begin, or do your session while in a meditative state. Some think you just need to sit down with your pen and paper, then distract yourself by watching a TV show or by watching the cars go by on the street outside your window. And finally, there are those who strongly urge you to use your non-dominant writing hand during your session. However way you want to conduct an automatic writing session, there are two things you will need: something to write with and something to write on. The type of writing stylus is up to you: pen, pencil, crayon, colored pencil, marker, and so on. A blank sheet of paper is the preferred type of paper to use. During our examination of automatic writing, Shadow Keepers recorded sessions from 5 different people in 4 different locations around the northwestern part of the state of Oregon. They included an intuitive empath, a medium and spiritual guide, a sensitive, as well as 2 members of Shadow Keepers. One of our sessions took us to a rural farmhouse in Washington County, Oregon. On a previous visit, we had been told that a few people believed there to be a vortex in an upstairs bedroom. We thought this room would be a perfect location to conduct an automatic writing session. Our goal was to find out if we could contact whatever entity was on the other side of that vortex. Charmel, an intuitive empath, sat down with us to conduct the automatic writing session in the same room where we were told there is a vortex. There's a sense that in this room there is a vortex. If you're through the vortex, you come through the vortex, or you know anything about it, can you tell this to Charmel so she can write it down for us?
They step through the vortex. I see it right here. I can see them coming in and out right there.
Can you describe to me what the vortex looks like? Or can they tell you what it looks like?
What I see is a door, and it's all blurry on the other side when you open the door.
Can you go through it?
No, the lady says, no, it's not your time.
So it's definitely then after death.
She said yes. Goosebumps. The first person that came through, I felt like it was a child. 10 or 11. That's who I was writing for.
The one that was angry?
Mm-hmm. He wants to play. It's a boy. He wants to play. He doesn't want to do this. He wants to play. And we're in his way.
Can you, if you want to play, talking to the boy, if you want to play, can you move something here in this room? Is there something you want to play with in this room?
So I see him and he's going, no, I'm not playing. He's being a little brat. That's what he doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to play with us.
Does he have any brothers or sisters?
Not on the other side. And the woman's trying to calm him down. He's just being... I need to sketch him.
Can you draw him?
He's got short... I'm not really good at drawing people. Oh, that's funny. No. He's like stomping his feet. Now he's playing with this. I don't know. He's just got short hair, and I can.
Earlier this year, we went to an old home in the forest. We were asked to do a paranormal investigation of a house. After analyzing our data from the investigation and speaking more with the resident, we asked if we could return to conduct an automatic writing session with her. The resident, who describes herself as a sensitive, has never conducted a formal automatic writing session, although she does believe others have written through her over the years. Due to privacy concerns, the location and the resident's identity will remain private. Our session was extremely long, very informative, but included disturbing information that we were asked not to share publicly. While observing the resident during the session, she did appear to have been in contact with several spirits who were conversing directly with her. Although the other side of the conversation was not audible, it was quite intriguing to hear her ask a spirit child to back away from her face as she physically moved backwards. An interesting take from this automatic writing session was that at one point the resident was trying to explain how the spirits were viewing us and the room we were in. She described it like a mirror, meaning it was our world which was a reflection, not theirs. In October of this year, we attended a weekend paranormal event which was held at a beautiful hotel along the coast of Oregon. The hotel has a history of reported paranormal activity, and we thought it would be the perfect place to conduct an automatic writing session. Before beginning, we had asked and were granted permission by the management to film our sessions. The two sessions included Stephen from Shadow Keepers, as well as Susanna Dunn, a medium and spiritual guide from the state of Washington.
Call upon my guide, Archangel Michael and Archangel Uriel to be with me, to be with us at this moment, to guide my hands. I would like to connect with the spirits of the house, spirits of the house, spirits of this room. Hide, hide. Do you know that you are free to go? No, can't go. Can't leave. Yes. Play in halls. I like to draw. I like to draw too. So do I. It must be what you caught. What you felt from me. Me, I like all the colors. What do you like about drawing?
Okay, now I want you to see what you wrote. This is what Susanna had written.
Okay.
Now it's kind of, just want to get your opinion over.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something on there that you recognize? Is that baby?
I'm pretty
You
sure.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Hide. Isn't that hide?
Might be.
When that really strong energy came through, that's over here, I think. Um, the the bully that yelled hide. Or maybe that's it. Yeah, that's definitely baby. I made the best connection I think here at the end. I didn't want to separate from her. That looks like Evan.
Like heaven? Or Evan?
Evan. I don't see the word daddy because I know I was writing that, but I don't see it. But I've never seen anything like this before. But I can explain that while I was writing, it felt like I had a fountain pen and I was doing like flourishes at the end of the words. The mother, the daddy, and the child don't want to leave because daddy works here. And daddy needs to work here. And I think they were implying the ocean. Daddy works here.
Okay.
That's what I got. But I did not want to leave the little girl. But I felt really connected with her.
The goal here is to have a spirit, ghost, an entity come through you and write with your non-dominant hand and give you a message, give anybody here a message, and I'll go ahead and...
Can you hand that to me if I need it?
Yep. I'll go ahead and whenever you're ready.
Done.
Done? Were you feeling somebody there with you, coming through you? Do you know?
Essence of, not real strong essence of. Can I throw a name at you? Maybe you might recognize this.
Yes.
Somebody named Sheila. Does that ring a bell here?
Yes. Sheila, Sheila, where are you?
She had me writing my name here.
Later in the 70s.
She had me writing my name here. I don't remember what that was. That is Sheila.
Did you get a sense?
No, that's Sheila. What was that? That is Sheila. I asked her a question, and that is stop.
And that's when you stopped?
That's when I stopped, when she said stop.
You were conscious of writing it, is that right?
Right.
Okay, so it wasn't actually,
No.
you were paying attention to something else and it was doing it
Like she
itself?
was telling me what to write.
Okay,
I was putting down her responses.
her response.
I felt
Okay.
like it was their hand.
Yeah. No, I felt like it was my hand using their responses.
Yeah,
They were,
I
they,
felt like it was
she was
their
doing
hand.
it. Yeah, it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
You get better as you go. Maybe not the penmanship. But
When I did my automatic writing session, I did it alone. I did mine just a bit differently than the others had done theirs. I wanted to ask a question in writing. It was an experiment in a way, as I was curious to see that if whatever entity was around me, presuming there was such an entity, it would be able to read what I wrote and answer me with my pen. My question was, for those around me that I cannot see, what message do you have for me? Unfortunately, after 2 very long attempts and a somewhat stiff arm, I didn't get so much as a line. Perhaps the entity couldn't have been bothered with me, or perhaps it couldn't read, or perhaps it was never there to begin with.